Oh my god. Hello Internet, Pete here from the Fat Boy Ball channel, and today I'm excited to start getting into the planning of my Scotland trip. So yes, a plan to Scotland is on the cards, something Rose and I have been talking about for a long while now. Rose hasn't been to Scotland except when we were in our younger days together and we decided to drive up to Kilmarnock for breakfast one night for some reason. But anyway, yeah, so really looking forward to getting to Scotland. Just thought I'd bring you guys along for just some of the ride for the preparation and things I've been finding out. Just thought some of it might be useful. But first, a quick recap on the first week's walk-in for the Cancer Research Challenge. I'll see you all soon. 1 hour, 2 minutes remaining.
Okay, let's crack on.
I forget you have a camera now. Now, for anybody that's seen my two-parter adventure in the Peak District, you'll know that my tent took a bit of a beating. And although I've been doing some repairs on it with the frame, yeah, sadly the material hoops that the frames actually goes through, well, they're basically shredded. The poles vibrated so much in that storm and it got shook so much that they've been torn to pieces. Now, I'm still not giving up on the tent. Rose is very kindly offered to make it a mission for her to get her back up and running, so I look forward to that. She'll be a 3-season tent for me still, or maybe a 2-season, give her a bit of a rest, but certainly in the nicer months she'll be back out again. But that does mean that, well, I need a new tent. Now, my gear so far has been a combination of stuff online and stuff from stores. Online's okay, you can find some good deals, but I personally like going in and being able to see and touch things myself. And also, to be honest, I want to keep this a bit of a budget channel for camping and hiking, etc. So, to be honest, go outdoors has been pretty much the best place I've found to be able to do that. I'm a bit of a kid in a candy shop when it comes to this place, so we need to keep the trip short, remind myself I'm just here to look at tents, nothing else. Paracord. You can never have too much paracord. Now actually, when I did which video was it? Storm Tower video, when I got back, I realised that I lost my head torch. I really need a new head torch. I mean, it's vital. Luckily, they've cordoned off the tent peg area, because I really could do with some new tent pegs. Wow, there's some nice pegs. But let's see what comes with the tent first. Now this is more something like Rose's idea of camping. This is the OEX Vertex Light 130 roof tent. Not bad. 650 quid. But still, not bad looking. Certainly looks more roomy than it did in our car. Anyway, we're here for tents, right? Not car tents. The member deals you get in Go Outdoors, pretty good, considering the membership is free as well. And then if you find some on sale as well. I mean, look at this. This is an OEX Raccoon. Originally retailed $280. Members price was down to $135. Right now, $109. And being as I was actually thinking that I was going to put my £50 tent up to a value of a £100 tent, 109 quid. That's pretty much bang on, really. Let's have a little look. Well, okay. Well, this is a bit more spacious than my first tent. See if I can show you. It's certainly a lot longer. I've got way more leg room. I can lay down my head at the end of the tent here. Yeah, my head at the end of the tent here. I've still got a good foot, at least a foot past my feet. Lots of room. Lots of room for two men, or one man and a dog, let's say. This is, of course, two walls, unlike my £50 tent. Lots of variation. Two door, so I can open it up on both sides to let the air through. That's pretty good. Hanging hooks inside. Mozzie netting, even better, because mozzies, they absolutely love me. We've got, you can see here, we have pockets at both ends. Yeah, I'm quite liking this. Now, the only thing with the Raccoon 2.1 is it is 2.8 kilos and my £50 tent is 1.4, so double the weight of my lighter tent. However, I'm now half the man that I was, so I think we can carry the extra kilo, don't you? Ooh, Brecon 2 from Berghaus, £149. Let's have a little look at this one. Now again, this is supposed to be a two-man. Now at the door end, and there is only one door on this one, it's a lot wider. You'd have to top and tail here, I think, because otherwise I'm going to be kissing the dog. I mean, Les Rose wants to come in the tent and then she might not mind my face being so close, but yeah, certainly feels a bit more cramped in here. There are pockets again on the sides, double wall again, of course. Yeah, considering it's another 40 quid, I think I actually prefer the OEX. The tent I was most interested in, I came to look at, is the Vango Banshee 200. You can see here, Vango Banshee 200, currently members deal £99. Aluminium poles, light, strong, tough, cool. Wish I could have seen it made up the tent I wanted, but I don't know. I need to think about this. It's a toss-up now between the Raccoon 2.1 by OEX or the Vango 200. Question is, do I want something slightly lighter with alloy poles that are stronger and lighter and less spacious? Or do I want something with a little bit more room, not alloy poles, which I was really hoping to get? Well, that actually ended up being an easy decision in the end, because although both the tents are very well priced for what they are, I mean, that OAX is a great deal on its original pricing. And they have got a deal at the moment on all Vango tents. So yeah, that Vango 200 is a great price as well. But the OEX, which I did like the look of more in terms of space and comfort, it looked like a tent I might want to own at some point. Let's put it that way. But the main concern I had with it was the poles for the frame weren't alloy, and the shape itself didn't lend it to, as well as the Vango, to strong winds and stuff. So I actually double checked, and made sure that they were both 4-season tents as I thought. The Vango 200 definitely yes is a 4-season tent as I thought. The OEX, for some reason the inner compartment is rated 4-season because of the material and it's warmer. But the whole tent itself is only a 3-season tent. It's rated to. So, and I don't need a 3-season tent because I've got my £50 tent for that, bless her. So yeah, Vango 200 it was. I mean, at the moment, £99 for a nice 2-person, 1 man and his dog 4-season tent. That's a lot more confident giving than bless my £50 tent. So still, my 4-season tent only £100. If that's not budget camping, I don't know what is. Well, it's budget camping as long as you stay out the shop and don't keep going in and buying lots of different things. Anyway, let's not tell those. I'll see you soon. Right, so the Vango it is. I think definitely the best choice. I'll do another brief video on that very soon. Probably doing the first setup, trying it out, going through how well it performs and what I think of the tent all round. But yeah, definitely the best tent. It's been around a long time. It's tried and tested. It's done well in strong winds. Exactly what I need really. So yeah, and at that price, just can't argue. Anyway, so yes, the Vango. Can't wait to get that and try that out. But that was only going to be a backup, or what I'm hoping for this trip anyway is that the tent will be a backup. Basically because until a couple of weeks ago, I'd never heard of, but I'm sure many of you guys have heard of them. But yeah, I became aware a couple of weeks ago of bothies. There are about 100 of these bothies that exist in the UK. About 88 of them are actually in Scotland, and they are maintained by a bothies organisation, and they're free to use for campers and hikers to go out. I'll put up on the screen, but the exact definition of these bothies is a basic wilderness shelter located in remote areas of Scotland, but it is in other areas like Northumberland and the Lake District. They're often old dwellings made of stone or wood with very basic facilities like a real fire and cooker. Now, my thinking then was actually, this isn't canvas, so rose could come right. I mean, it's basically a house. So anyway, that's what my thinking was anyway, and I believe Rose will have the same thought as well. So yeah, so that's probably going to define a little bit where we go to start with on the route, and yeah, we'll go and check out these bothies for the first time. While looking into bothies, I've been in contact with the NBA, which is the organisation that looks after and maintains the bothies. They've been really helpful. If you want to know anything, I'll put the link to their website below. But yeah, really nice people, really friendly and helpful. So they've been giving me lots of information. I'll also put a link to the Bothy Code in the bottom of the description here. And it just gives you information on the website as well about expectations and requirements. For example, you would need to take wood if you wanted to use fire and take your own fuel, because you can't chop down or burn any wood from the surrounding land. A lot of them may or may not have toilet facilities, and it goes details the expectations and policies around that. So yeah, they're a great thing, and there's lots of information out there. However, the NBA and I've agreed to do a bit of a collaboration video. They've actually been reaching out to online content creators to look for creators to do videos for them and with them, which I've agreed to do. Especially being the first time as well, it'll be getting a nice perspective for a user for the first time. They've also agreed to do a interview, so we can speak to them directly and answer any more questions that I might have or that you guys might have. So yeah, really interested, looking forward to that. So yeah, I'll give a little bit of information up on the screen here, but yeah, I think that's pretty much our accommodation sorted. So between the tent and the bothies, the kit, I'm pretty much there now with the finally having a decent sleeping bag and a mat to lay on. A decent mic so you guys can hear everything properly now. Rose has got her own camera so we can get some nice extra shots and different camera angles, and yeah, hopefully it all just help the presentation of the videos a little bit better as we grow, and I learn to edit a bit better and learn to speak a bit more freely into this thing now. So yeah, just a brief video this week. Just wanted to let you guys know a little bit about what's going on and what plans we've got coming up. There is also a trip to the Lake District that's planned to come up before the Scotland trip, at least anyway. There may be a couple of trips before the Scotland one, but certainly we've got Lake District coming up next, so that's going to be really interesting. We've got quite a few things coming up in the pipeline actually, so it's going to be an interesting start of the year. Can't wait, to be honest. I will be going out to try out the Van Gogh probably in the next night or two, so I'll do a brief video on that, try it out, see how it performs out in the outdoors. I've been looking around to see if there's any campsites around that are open this time of year close by that we can do a relaxed trial, but it doesn't look like that's going to be the case, so it'll probably be a wild night this time. Thanks very much for watching, guys. Much love. As always, have a beautiful day.